Pretty fancy, huh? Well, look who's coming through the door. I think we met somewhere before. Hello, love. Hello, love. Well, where in the world you been so long? I missed you so since you've been gone. Hello, love. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a Prairie Home Companion radio show, brought to you by Minnesota Public Radio, with the help of Powder Milk Biscuits. Heavens, they're tasty. We'll say more about those later. And by Jack's Auto Repair of Lake Wobegon. All tracks lead to Jack's. I've heard it said time and again, you often go back where you've been. I never really believed it was true, but I left the door wide open for you. It's so wonderful now you're back with me, and John and Marcia Pancake right here in our studio. Yeah, you're back with me. My world's complete. Don't mind me if I repeat now. Hello, love. Hello, love. There it is. No, don't applaud. There's not enough of you to make it sound good. Good to have all the members of the Powder Milk Biscuit Band here, the regular members, the honorary member, myself, and some of the auxiliary members, the traveling biscuit song. So, you know it's got to be good. Boys? You waiting for me? I just like this rhythm. We're just a traveling biscuit band. For Powder Milks we'll proudly rise and take a stand. Biscuit tunes are what we play. Won't you try a box today? Ah, Mr. Bob Douglas.
Well, I pulled off in a roadhouse in Texas. At a little place called the Hamburger Den. Well, I heard that old jukebox start to playing a song called The Truck Driving Man.
Oh, Callahan. Our show today originates from the concert hall of the Janet Wallace Fine Arts Center at Macalester College, where we play before a live audience and where we'll be doing another show next Saturday at 4:30. If you'd like to come see it, by all means, just come on ahead. Don't worry about tickets. There is a lot of room. If we do run out of seats, we can always put you on the stage. The concert hall is easy to find if you can find St. Paul. It's been a quiet week in Lake Wobegon here this last week. I can't remember one that hasn't been quiet for a long time. Except for that day, I guess it was around 8 years ago in the dead of winter, when the undertaker, Mr. Totentanz, got tired of digging in the solid ground and used a little bit of dynamite up in the cemetery.
Well, cocaine might make me lazy, champagne might make me crazy, but it ain't nobody's business but my own. like to drink my liquor way down south in Costa Rica, but it ain't nobody's business but my own.
Let's have a party.
Let's have a party.
Do it right here.
Do it right here.
You bring the whiskey.
You bring the whiskey.
I'll get the beer.
You get the beer.
Let's have a party.
Let's have a party.
Give it on me.
Give it on me.
I can't take it.
Can't take it.
Too bad for me.
Too bad for you.
Oh me.
Oh me.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh you.
Oh you.
Toot.
It's nice to be exotic now and then and sample the cuisines of many lands. But if you were brought up, as I was, on meatloaf and mashed potatoes and green beans and a little bit of Jell-O now and then, you're not ready yet, no matter how sophisticated you may think you are, for a full-time diet of rich sauces and jalapenos, unless you want to turn your colon into a semicolon and many other things too awful to mention.
Just hand me my old Martin, for soon I will be starting back to dear old Charleston far away. Since Roosevelt's been elected, will not be neglected. We got Franklin D. Roosevelt back again. Back again. Back again. We got Franklin D. Roosevelt back again. Since Roosevelt's been elected, moonshine liquor's been corrected. We got legal wine, whiskey, beer, and gin.
Well, look who's coming through that door. I think we met somewhere before. Hello, love. Oh, yeah. Hello, love. Well, where in the world you been so long? I missed you so since you've been gone. Hello, love. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to A Prairie Home Companion. Coming to you live from the World Theater here in downtown St. Paul, presented by Minnesota.
Someday my happy arms will hold you, and someday I'll know that moment divine when all the things you are.
Ask me how do I feel, ask me now that we're cozy and clinging. Well, sir, all I can say is if I were a bell, I'd be ringing. From the moment we kissed tonight, that's the way I just got to behave. Oh, if I were a lamp, I'd light, and if I were a banner, I'd wave.
I got the blues. But I really don't feel bad. I got the blues. Yeah, but I really don't feel too bad. I know it's just the same old blues.
People love trained birds and pay to see them perform. Thousands of clubs, lodges, business associations, schools, community groups, and conventions are willing to pay hundreds of dollars for a good trained bird act. To see a bird trainer, for example, get into the cage with only a tiny chair in his hand, facing dozens of ferocious attack chickens. Or to see this screech owl dive through the ring of fire. Or to see this common loon sing little bits of popular songs while underwater. You can earn top fees in just a few weeks. So right now, for a free brochure to Glen Beatty Hatchery and Wild Bird Ranch in Miro Del Mar, California.
We rode on the cool green earth. We were like the summer breeze back when all the world was wild. We drifted like a tumbling weed. Annie, the time does flow. Annie, so long ago we shuffled like a buffalo, and you sure rocked your daddy-o.
She's around her, I can tell you that. She can sing them all night too. She'll race about the sleet logs. Yeah, but even cowgirls get the blues. Especially cowgirls, they're the gypsy kind. Need the reins laid on.
Little town up there in the exact geographical center of Minnesota, settled by Unitarian missionaries who went out there in the Civil War years trying to convert the Ojibwe Indians through the use of interpretive dance. They went back to Boston, wrote books about it. They were followed into that site by Norwegian Lutherans who were on their way back from North Dakota. And then by German Catholics who had misread their maps, but who refused to admit it. And stayed there.
Follow me, kid.
Hey, kids, let's do a show. I know a place where we can go. It's in hustlin', bustlin', downtown St. Paul. And the World Theater is the name of the hall. There's no sweeter little theater that you ever saw. It's on the corner of Exchange and Wabasha. So dust off the seats and scrape off the gum, 'cause World Theater, here we come.
This is radio's often imitated Wally Ballou in the control room high up at the Opera House of the famed Brooklyn Academy of Music, where even now the large crowd sits in hushed anticipation of another broadcast of the American Radio Broadcasting Company of the Air show.
I'll hear that old piano from down the avenue. I smell the onions, I look around for you. My sweet old someone coming through that door. It's Saturday and the band is playing Honey, could we ask for more? About to do it right now here. Let's do that Fireball Mail here, Roger.
Here she comes, look at her roll. There she goes, eating that coal. Watch her fly, hook in the rail. Let her by, Fireball Mail. Let her go, look at her steam. Oh, yeah. Well, hear her blow, whistle and scream. Watch her fly, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That was bound, Fireball Mail.
Didn't go to first where he tried to throw it. It went to second, but still. And he trotted in to the dugout. It's not over yet. And now I realize that I have delivered this entire monologue with my pants unzipped. Has this been going on for the whole show? Aren't you people friends of mine? Would no one tell me? That's the news from Lake Wobegon, where all the women are strong, all the men are good looking, and all the children are above average.
Change in the weather and a change in the scene. 'Cause I'm gonna start wearing leather and change my routine. I'll wear dark glasses, maybe a toupee. I'll get down and boogie and become risky. I'll start wearing makeup like Jackson and Prince. You'll see me riding in my Mercedes-Benz. Nobody wants you when you just play guitar. There'll be some changes made tomorrow. There'll be some changes made.
So first we get the hash browns started. Throw them out first with a torch. That's it. And we light a fire under the pan. Start heating up those. Toss in some butter. A little gin. Bring out the flavor. A little cigar ash for consistency. And next, in memory of Mother, we have green vegetables as an ornament. And asparagus. We won't cook the asparagus, but it's good today and tomorrow. Speaking of asparagus, you know the word asparagus comes from the Latin word asper? Asperara, asperati, asperamus, asparagus. It means those who were here had high standards. Desi Arnaz told me that. He knew Latin backwards and forwards and sideways. Met him in Hollywood back in the days of the blacklist. No, that was the backlist, you see. Not the blacklist. That was different. The blacklist were writers who got kicked out for political reasons. The backlist, writers whose movies never got made for whatever reason. I was on the backlist, and with Desi Arnaz and Susie Wong and Dizzy Dean and Swoosie Kurtz were all at that big party at Esther and William Carlos Williams' house in Hollywood Hills. He was the poet, she was the swimmer. She made all the underwater movies.
Here comes the bride, big, fat, and wide. Her hips are swinging side by side. Here comes the groom, skinny as a broom. He'd wiggle too if he had any room. Ta-ta!
I know the end is coming soon. I hear river overflowing. I hear the voice of Raccoon. But say, oh, don't go out tonight. It's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. Don't go out tonight. It's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. Oh no! But I finally agreed to eat that dish of dead fish and seaweed. What happened next, I don't know. I loosen my kimono. I make a noise like the voice of Yoko Ono. Then just like that, right on the mat, me sicky icky yucky sushi. Oh, I'm sorry.
Love from Tim. All those references to cold and snow and ice fishing. I should explain that in our audience today are 300 friends who've come from all over the country to be with us here for a Prairie Home Companion. And I'm going to see all of them later this evening, and then we're going ice fishing in the morning, Lord willing, out on White Bear Lake. We'll take
When I'm up alone, riding in that tour bus down on the prairie, well, my only sweet ever-loving companion, I got little Garrison on my mind, baby, 'cause I know I got what he can handle.
What could be better? Oh, I can't think of much.
Virginia Madsen and John C. Reilly and Meryl Streep are with us this evening. You may have figured out we've been hanging around together because this next week, a movie that they shot in St. Paul last summer, directed by Robert Altman, Mr. Altman's movie entitled The Prairie Home Companion, comes out this next week, and so they're so good as to join us. Contestants go mano a mano, first one, then the other, squaring off head-to-head and toe-to-toe. And first we have...
I believe we have Fred Newman.
Fred Newman.
Dolphins darting up onto land and grabbing sunbathers' boom boxes and leaping back into the water with them. Go.
Look at that, big fish. Hey, give me that thing.
And now it's time for Tom Keefe. Tom Keefe, a seagull riding a motorcycle that gets a flat tire and careens into a bluff. Very good.
With a tear in your eye for the 4th of July, for the Patriots and the Minutemen, and the things we believe they believed in then. Oh, freedom, oh, freedom's land, and the rule of law, and the rights of man, and voice of the radio band, singing love must stand, love forever and ever must stand.
One more.
All right.
A man walks into a bar, and he sees a drunk who keeps falling off his stool. The man tries to stand him up. The drunk keeps falling down. So he looks in the man's wallet, finds his address, and drives him home, and carries the drunk to the front door. He rings the doorbell, and a lady answers. "Ma'am, your husband is drunk, so I gave him a lift home." And the woman says, "That's nice, but where's his wheelchair?"
Oh, Jim, that's a terrible one. Oh, heavens.
I think they'll love it.
No.
No, I think they will.
I don't care. I still think it's terrible. But how about this one? Okay. Why did the mustard cross the road? To catch up with the mayonnaise. Huh?
You really think that's funny, Barb?
Yes.
For some reason, I'm not laughing, Barb.
Oh, well, Jim, listen. Ketchup contains natural mellowing agents that help you appreciate a joke, even if it's not that funny.
Life is a joke show with Sven, Oli, and Lena. Jokes about vegans make you laugh like a hyena. Life is flowing like ketchup on your wiener.
Ketchup for the good time.
Ketchup, ketchup.
Dagen Doris, just a wee drop more, just a wee dagen Doris, before we gang a war. Got a wee wife a waiting, and a wee button den. If you can say it's a blauwbrik moeilijk necht, then you raar ik je again.
Listening to the radio station where the mighty host of heaven sing. Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
If you want to hear the songs of Zion coming from the land of endless spring, get in touch with God.
Get in touch with God.
Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
And listen to the music in the air. Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
Heaven's glory share.
Heaven's glory share.
Turn your lights down low.
Turn your lights down low.
And listen to the Master's radio. Get in touch with God.
Get in touch with God.
Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
Come and listen in to the Glory Land chorus. Listen to the glad hosannas roll. Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
Get a little taste of joys awaiting. Get a little heaven down in your soul. Get in touch with God.
Get in touch with God.
Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
And listen to the music in the air. Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
Heaven's glory share.
Heaven's glory share.
Turn your lights down low.
Turn your lights down low.
And listen to the Master's radio. Get in touch with God.
Get in touch with God.
Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
Come and listen in to the Glory Land chorus. Listen to the glad hosannas roll. Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
Some eternal morning we shall meet them over on Hallelujah Shore. Get in touch with God.
Get in touch with God.
Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
And listen to the music in the air. Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
Heaven's glory share.
Heaven's glory share.
Turn your lights down low.
Turn your lights down low.
And listen to the Master's radio. Get in touch with God.
Get in touch with God.
Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
And listen to the music in the air. Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.
Heaven's glory share.
Heaven's glory share.
Turn your lights down low.
Turn your lights down low.
And listen to the Master's radio. Get in touch with God.
Get in touch with God.
Turn your radio on.
Turn your radio on.